Hey everybody, this is Mike with Free Roaming Hiker. I'm here at the Old Faithful area a little bit before sunrise, and I'm heading up to Observation Point, which gives you a nice big overlook of Old Faithful and the whole area really. If it sounds like I'm a little out of breath, because I have no idea when Old Faithful is supposed to go off. So I'm kind of rushing because the park, the rangers are not awake yet. They haven't updated the time, so yeah, the last updated time was sometime last evening. So trying to get up there as quick as I can because I don't want to miss it, but it also could very well be I get up there and still have an hour to wait, so I'll find out. But going up to Observation Point, which is a great way to watch Old Faithful, and you can even make a little loop out of it that also goes down to Solitary Geyser. And all in all, that should be a roughly 2-mile round trip loop, a little less. And Solitary Geyser is a nice big geyser, but it is pretty unpredictable, so eruption times are pretty broad. But the Observation Point trail climbs about 200 feet over about the course of a half mile. So not terribly long, not terribly strenuous, and a nice way to kind of switch up the standard viewing. So I'm going to keep rushing up and hopefully make it in time. So apparently I did not need to rush. That is Old Faithful back there. I did not hear it going off. Didn't see any steam coming up, so I'm assuming I caught it. And as you can see, this is a pretty great view of the Upper Geyser Basin and Old Faithful. So I'm gonna hang out here for a minute, an hour, we'll find out, and catch a sunrise-ish Old Faithful eruption. Well, while waiting, I can see there's a whole bunch of steam going off lower down in the Upper Geyser Basin, and that's right about where Grand Geyser would be. So that is also an eruption I rarely get to see. I would love to capture some more footage of that, but I am not in the right vantage point. It is behind the trees, but there's definitely a lot more steam coming off over there, so it is most likely erupting right now. So I will have to catch it another day. So while I'm waiting for Old Faithful, here's a fun little fact about the area. That ridge line, that's way back there, that is the caldera rim of the Yellowstone supervolcano, which erupted about 640,000 years ago. That is just a little piece of the caldera rim, where, you know, most volcanoes, you're gonna have a half-mile wide crater, a mile-wide crater. This caldera is 30 by 45 miles wide. And that's why it's called a supervolcano. When it went off, it was enormous and catastrophic and effectively changed life on the planet. So yeah, I am standing in the caldera of the Yellowstone supervolcano, and much of the southern loop of Yellowstone, of the whole Grand Loop Road, that whole southern loop, a lot of that is within the caldera rim. So fun little fact while you're visiting the area and wondering why there's just an arbitrary random hill right over there. Still waiting. The sun is now on Old Faithful. So how about some more trivia? That inn down there, which is really close to Old Faithful, That is the Old Faithful Inn, and that is actually the largest log cabin structure in the world. And that was built in 1904 by the architect Robert Reamer, who also did the Lake Hotel, which, if you've seen the two, they look nothing alike. So it's interesting that the same architect did both. It is definitely, if you're in the area, it is absolutely worth popping into, because when you get into the lobby and you look up, it is unlike any building you have ever been in. It is, and so the idea was to mimic the forest canopy that, you know, he found so inspiring around this area. "45 minutes later." Okay, so after an hour of waiting, over an hour, it finally did go off. Got to see the eruption from up there, and beautiful eruption, nice early morning light. And now, a little bit about the trail. As you're heading up, before you get up to the point, there is a junction. Left will take you down to Solitary Geyser, and right will take you up to the point. And going right leads to a little loop. There's another loop up there. That takes you around the point, so you can kind of do that whole little loop. It's not very long at all. It just takes you up to the point, goes back down, and back down to the junction. And so you can either just do that, just go up to the point, go back down, or you can do what I'm doing, also loop in Solitary Geyser and a little bit more of Geyser Hill. And that winds up being a little less than 2 miles, I believe. I'll let you know at the end. And yeah, hiking through a nice forest, easy hiking, all downhill, and potential chance to see a few more geysers along the way. So I'm going to continue on here, see if we can catch Solitary Geyser. Don't really know when it's supposed to go off. I don't even think the Park Service has a great idea, because there's not really much accurate predictions to my knowledge. I will double check that when I get there and fill you in. But in the meantime, nice hike through a pretty forest. Okay, so I was just at Solitary Geyser, and I had the information all wrong about that one. Back a long time ago, before it was first discovered by white people, it was still a hot spring, and they had the bright idea to tap a pipe into it and pipe some water down toward the Old Faithful area, which was getting bigger and developing and things like that. That caused Solitary Geyser to begin erupting, and they removed the pipe, but it still erupts roughly every 5 to 7 minutes. That being said, I would use the term eruption very loosely. It's more just kind of like a big burp. So not much spraying water, not a whole lot to see. Maybe some are bigger than others, but you know, it's pretty. But definitely worth checking out because you're here. But it's not something that's gonna like blow you away. But it is a nice solitary geyser in the middle of a forest, which is a nice kind of shake up. So I am heading down. I'm going to be at Geyser Hill pretty soon, and yeah, right from Geyser Hill just kind of walk back and close out the loop. However, that being said, if you did want to extend this, get some more geyser bang for your buck. When you get down this hill, you could take a right and you would wind up going past like Grand Geyser and Grotto Geyser and things like that. And if you kept going, you would eventually run into Morning Glory Pool, which is obviously a target for a lot of people. So lots of options here, lots of trails, lots of boardwalks. No right or wrong way to do it. Just do what you feel inspired to do. And I'll probably get a little bit more footage from Geyser Hill as I close out the loop. I'm on my way out after that. I'm going to call it a hike, but yeah. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It is very helpful for me and means a lot. And yeah, thanks for watching. Happy trails.